I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Jason Momoa's movie, The Chief of War. So anyway, during the episode 2, on the very end of the movie, where Jason Momoa was on the ship with the Europeans, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take you to the very spot, that very location, that the very first ship landed in Hawaii. Well, anyway, the Europeans first landed in Hawaii on the Big Island at Ka'avaloa in Kealakekua Bay. And that's where I'm standing right now, on the shoreline of Ka'avaloa in Kealakekua Bay. In 1778, on the HMS Resolution, Captain James Cook landed on the shores of Ka'avaloa here in Kealakekua Bay on the Big Island of Hawaii. Right, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but that's the monument that was erected to honor James Cook, the explorer, the navigator that landed here in Kealakekua Bay and also perished here in Kealakekua Bay. So the Captain Cook Monument is actually a little piece of land. So how did Great Britain acquire the land on the shores of Ka'avaloa? The Kingdom of Hawaii deeded this land where the Captain Cook Monument sits at Ka'avaloa. They deeded the land to Great Britain. And I was thinking, why did the Kingdom of Hawaii deed the land to Great Britain? So I dug and I dug and I dug and I read and I read and I read. So what I found out was the land was actually deeded to Great Britain by Archibald Cleghorn. Now, Archibald Cleghorn is not of Hawaiian descent. He's actually from Europe. But he was part of the monarchy because he was married to Princess Miriam Likelike. So by marriage, he was part of the monarchy. Being that he was from Europe, he wanted to dedicate this land and erect a monument to honor his fellow European, Captain James Cook. So Archibald Cleghorn wasn't a monarch by blood. He married into the monarchy. So therefore, he could use the term or phrase, this land was gifted to Great Britain by the Kingdom of Hawaii, by the monarchy, although he wasn't a monarch by blood. He was married to Princess Likelike. However, on the deed to this land, Princess Likelike never signed the deed. And it was all Archibald Cleghorn, being that his fellow European counterparts died here in Ka'avaloa, and he wanted to erect a monument to his fellow European. Princess Kaiulani, who was the daughter of Archibald Cleghorn and Miriam Likelike, wanted to deed this land to Great Britain. However, Princess Kaiulani in 1874 was just a teenager. So I highly doubt that the teenager, his daughter, said, "Dad, let's donate the land at Ka'avaloa to Great Britain." My personal opinion is Archibald Cleghorn wanted to erect a monument to his fellow European explorer, ocean navigator, Captain James Cook. So that's how this land was deeded to Great Britain at the behest of Archibald Cleghorn on behalf of the Hawaiian Kingdom, which he was not Hawaiian blood. He was married to Miriam Likelike, whose signature, as I read, is not on the deed. It was a sole intention of Archibald Cleghorn to have this monument erected and have this land deeded to Great Britain. So that's what I read. Makes sense to me. I may be wrong, I don't know, but I just thought I'd share it with you, how this land was given to Great Britain by the Kingdom of Hawaii or Archibald Cleghorn, who was not of royal blood, not of royal descent. Actually, he actually came to Hawaii when he was 16 years old as a kid. I don't know, I'm just speculating. I wasn't there, you wasn't there, so we all can read up on the history and you can come to your own conclusions. So from Captain Cook's arrival in 1778, almost 100 years later to 1876, almost 250,000 full-blooded Hawaiians died as a result of not having immunity to all the diseases that was brought to the Hawaiian archipelago. So these numbers reflect the deaths due to wars. The Hawaiians did fight each other, infections and epidemics. So some of these diseases like smallpox, syphilis, tuberculosis, leprosy, and a few other diseases, along with the wars and infections, that resulted in the decimation of the Hawaiian population. So actually what I'm saying is we have this huge monument erected for one man. So that one man, Captain Cook, opened the gateway for a flood of infections. They killed, like I said, probably almost 250,000 Hawaiians. So we have a huge monument for the one man. But for all the Hawaiians that died as a result of the infections brought over by the Europeans, we have zero monuments for almost 250,000 Hawaiians that died. Yet we have this huge monument for one man who was essentially the root cause of opening up Pandora's box of infections. So when I really read about the numbers and read about the history, and I actually seen the numbers, you know, it really broke my heart. It really saddened me that we have a huge monument for one man, but zero monuments for the almost 250,000 Hawaiians that died as a result of the infections, the diseases that were brought here to the Hawaiian Islands. We do have a monument in Kalaupapa on Molokai for the lepers, the people who had leprosy. But that's the only monument that I could find on the internet regarding the death or to memorialize all the Hawaiians that died as a result of the diseases and infections that brought over by Captain Cook when he opened up the Pandora's box, or the gateways or the floodgates, if you will, for infections. So it really would be nice to have a monument to honor all the Hawaiians that died as a result of infections or diseases. Because like I said, you know, we have one huge monument here in Kealakekua Bay for one man. And that man was, you know, I'm not faulting this thing. It is what it is, and that's history. But, you know, would be really nice to see a memorial for the amount of Hawaiians, pure Hawaiians, that died as a result of the diseases brought over by the Europeans, the Western civilization. Because we do have, like I said, we do have a monument for one man, a huge monument, but we have zero monuments for all the Hawaiians that died, innocently died, as a result of the infections brought by the outsiders. Anyway, that's just my personal thoughts. I'm sure you have your thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. So from down here on Kealakekua Bay on Ka'avoloa, at night, I came here at night because I wanted to do it at night. I don't know why, but I just wanted to do it at night. I need to be on the spot so I can do this video. So anyway, share your comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video and get you thinking, you know, yeah, we probably should have a monument or memorial of some sort for all the innocent Hawaiians that died as a result of being exposed to the diseases brought here in the late 1800s, you know. Just my thoughts. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until the next one, y'all take care, and I shall talk to you later. All right, everybody. Aloha.